You're lying in bed, exhausted. You desperately need to sleep, but your brain remains hyperactive and entirely out of your control. It serves up a highlight reel of your greatest hits. It replays a minor mistake you made 3 years ago, then seamlessly pivots to imagining the absolute worst-case scenario for tomorrow, over and over again. While normal thinking moves from a problem to a solution, this is a rigid, inescapable cognitive cycle. You've moved past productive thought and into a closed loop. This self-sustaining trap devours massive amounts of mental energy. It keeps your nervous system on high alert without ever producing a tangible solution. When you realize you're stuck, the instinctual reaction is to demand silence. You try to force your mind to stop thinking through sheer willpower. This strategy is limited by the psychological law of resistance. Actively fighting an intrusive thought serves to amplify and strengthen it. This cognitive glitch is best illustrated by the pink elephant paradox. Try to actively suppress the image of a pink elephant for the next 5 seconds. By monitoring your mind for the thought, you are forced to keep the thought alive. Treating your mind as an enemy in a war of attrition is a scientifically doomed strategy. Breaking the cycle requires a complete shift in how you approach the noise. Your brain is currently executing a misguided defense protocol. Its goal is protection, even if the result is distress. Clinical psychology defines this specific, repetitive cycle as rumination. This cycle is initiated by an evolutionary intolerance for uncertainty. When a situation is unclear or a threat is undefined, the brain attempts to resolve the unknown through constant repetition. Viewed through this lens, late-night anxiety is a primitive antivirus scan. It is a well-meaning attempt by your nervous system to map out ambiguous future threats to keep you safe.
The scan tends to focus on unanswerable questions, predicting social rejection or simulating career failures years in advance. The mechanic fails because these problems cannot be solved in the middle of the night. There is no new data to collect while you are lying in the dark. When the brain encounters an unsolvable problem, it assumes the scan was incomplete. It resets the process and runs the same diagnostic again, searching for an answer that doesn't exist yet. This constant rerunning at scenarios drains cognitive resources, leaving you paralyzed as the brain spends energy on simulations leading nowhere. This is a predictable mechanical error. Recognizing the glitch allows you to stop treating it as a personal failing and start treating it as a system to be bypassed. The new strategy is one of negotiation. The goal is to gently signal to the brain that its duty to protect has been fulfilled for the night. Trick number 1 is thought delaying. When a worry appears, acknowledge it and officially schedule a time to address it. For example, tomorrow at 7 p.m. This works by satisfying the brain's need for order. It creates a plan for the uncertainty, which allows the immediate alarm bells to deactivate. If the brain continues to loop, use writing it down. Take a notebook and physically dump every racing thought onto paper. Externalizing thoughts reduces your mental load. Writing the worry down signals to the brain that it no longer needs to expend energy remembering the threat, because the data is now stored safely outside the mind. These tactics trick the protector into standing down. You are validating the concerns without being forced to solve them right now. The final circuit breaker is taking small action. Because rumination is a diagnostic loop designed to solve a problem through simulation, it thrives when you are completely stationary. Without new information or physical movement, the brain has nothing to process except the loop itself. Microscopic, low-stakes actions, like prepping a single task, provide the brain with new, real-world data. This movement creates ripples that interrupt the simulation. Overthinking acts as a machine that manufactures the illusion of crisis. It simulates future threats until they feel like they are happening in the present moment. Psychological help are choosing to acknowledge the thought without granting it control. Try these 3 circuit breakers tonight. Use them to bypass the misguided protector in your mind and finally achieve true rest.